Raising $100 million from a single pitch deck sounds crazy, right? Most people will tell you it's impossible. They'll say you need meetings stacked up, hours of endless calls, rewrites, and endless polish. The truth? That's the exact trap that keeps you stuck, because what you're really up against isn't just capital. It's attention, it's belief, it's the brutal noise that drowns out your story. The cold reality is that investors see hundreds, sometimes thousands of decks every month, all polished, all aiming for that same spotlight. And yet, only a handful ever get anywhere near that $100 million mark. So what makes the difference? How does one slide, one single deck, break through that endless scroll, that sea of sameness, and grab the money it deserves? First, stop thinking about the deck as a document. It's not a spreadsheet or a presentation or a glorified brochure. It's a weapon. A weapon that can slice through doubt, confusion, and indifference faster than any sales pitch ever could. If your deck isn't doing that, you're already losing. Investors don't want to read your life story. They want a clear, magnetic reason to believe. They want to feel like they can't afford to miss out. So your deck has to be so raw, so honest, so razor sharp that it forces attention like a magnet pulls iron filings. Nothing else matters until you get them there. Secondly, the money doesn't come from data points alone. Anyone can throw in revenue projections or fancy charts. But $100 million, that level needs a story you feel in your gut, a mission that pulls the investor in like a gravitational pull. You're not just asking for a check, you're asking people to join a journey that changes everything. That means you need to build emotion, urgency, and trust with every slide. How? By being real, showing the problem brutal and ugly, exposing the pain, the waste, the heartbreak. The deck has to scream, "This matters. The world needs this." And if you don't back this, you're missing your chance to be part of something that rewrites the rules. Don't sugarcoat. Don't drown in jargon. Speak human to human, raw and honest. Then hit them with clarity like a punch. What exactly is the problem you're solving? Not just big and broad, but sharply specific. A problem that keeps people awake at night. If that problem doesn't shake them, they won't move. Follow that with why exactly your solution is not just better, but the only real answer that scales, that unlocks massive value that everyone else overlooked or failed to execute on. This isn't about perfection, it's about undeniable truth. The kind of insight that instantly turns skeptics into believers. No fluff, no filler, no buzzwords, just cold, simple facts that open their wallets. Next, you've got to build credibility without sounding like you're bragging. Back your claims with real proof, a pilot, early users, numbers that surprise. Name drops don't work unless they tell a story about why the world should care. Show movement, momentum, traction, but don't bury it under layers of hype. Investors can smell desperation from miles away. Instead, demonstrate quiet confidence with results that prove your strategy isn't just a dream. It's becoming a reality, right now, today. Then comes the vision. And this can't be some vague, far-off fantasy. It has to be a vivid roadmap that connects every dollar raised now to a future that's inevitable. Paint that path with conviction. Show the scale, the opportunity, the cascade effect your idea will trigger. But be laser-focused on how you get from here to there. Investors aren't buying a fairy tale, they are betting on execution. Give them the map, the milestones, the mechanics of how their money turns into massive growth. Another secret? The ask itself. Don't just throw a number out there because it sounds impressive. This $100 million has to be anchored in reality, tied directly to milestones, each one proving undeniable progress. Show them exactly where every dollar will go, how it will build more value, not just burn cash. If your raise looks like a black hole sucking money without clear returns, it's a no. Show discipline, focus, and above all, an obsession with delivering outsized results. Finally, don't underestimate the power of rhythm and flow. Your deck isn't a monotone lecture, it's a pulse, a heartbeat driving the story forward. Every slide should build on the one before, layering tension, promise, release, and call to action like a great song. You want your audience leaning in, swept up, forgetting everything else but your vision and why they must be a part of it. If you lose them even for a second, you lose the $100 million. Here's a truth few dare to say. It takes guts to put all this on one deck. To distill complexities, fears, dreams, and realities into a message so powerful that it compels a massive leap of faith. But that's where legacies start. Not in dozens of pitches, but in one deck that refuses to be ignored. Because deep down, you know the money isn't just about capital. It's about unlocking potential. About creating something so vital, so inevitable, that once the deck hits the right hands, the floodgates open. So if you're stuck in endless rounds, rewriting slides till your eyes close, wondering why none of it lands, ask yourself, does your deck ignite fire or just flicker cold? Does it break chains or just tick boxes? To raise $100 million from a single deck, you must wield it like a sword, sharp and fearless. You must tell a story so undeniable, so raw, so urgently needed that investors don't ask if they should invest. They ask how much and when. The game isn't won by the best PowerPoint, the fanciest design, or the smoothest script. It's won by the brave who dare to strip away noise, to cut straight to essence, and to dare. To dare enough to say, this is the deck that changes everything. And when it does, it doesn't just raise money. It changes futures. It sets new rules. It makes history. And it all can start with one slide, one story, one moment. You want to raise $100 million? Then stop asking if it's possible. Start asking what story only you can tell. What truth burns so bright you can't keep it inside? What vision pulls the world so hard it can't look away? Make that deck so real, so human, that the money becomes the only logical step. Because investors don't fund companies, they fund the fire behind them. And that fire, it's waiting, it's burning, and it can't be ignored. It's your move.